Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you tonight, but I cannot, baby.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to get situated into the quinceañera planning, okay? You want to know how to start planning for your quinceañera, or if not, like a big party or something. I'm so sorry, it's trash day. Alright, so you want to know how you are going to start this planning. You have made up your mind about having a quinceañera, okay? And you just want to know, how am I going to start this now? Like, what do I do? I got you. So you have most likely already seen like a bunch of these videos already, but this is my own version, my new version. And trust me, I have been where you are right now, like searching for planning tips, advice, like all that jazz. But I'm gonna give you my own advice now that I actually have my quinceañera. I know. It was a really great day, by the way, but y'all don't want to hear about that. So anyways, let's get down into business. I'm just gonna start talking. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do to start your planning, and most of these are optional, by the way. Like, you don't have to do these, but I mean, here are like some good tips if you want to start planning. Okay, so first things first, you should reserve a date with like your church if you are gonna have a church ceremony. The date of your church ceremony kind of depends on the party. So before you do anything, reserve a date with your church, and that will kind of just lead on to the date. And that is how you'll be able to find your venue, your salon or hall, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, the date is kind of like an important thing in your party. So then you could kind of like start already and reserve dates for your other stuff that you want to get. So next tip is that you should get a notebook or a journal so that you could write down anything and everything that you will need for your quinceañera. So I found this really helpful because I kind of like set all the plans in that one notebook, and I think you should too. Unless you want to like go with something different, but I mean, a notebook and a journal to keep everything in is just the best. In the notebook, you could write down anything that you would like, such as your guest list, your ideas, prices, your padrinos list, your budget, literally anything. Just write that down in that notebook so you can have it there in case anything will happen. So yeah, get a notebook or a journal. Next, make a folder. Just like keep everything in one place. Yeah, a folder, a binder, like anything like that. Keep your stuff in there. So for example, I had this school bag type of thing that was given to me, and I kind of made a use of it. I kind of printed out my name and just like put it here. Surprisingly, I don't know how I found this, I just did. And I put 15 down here. And you know, the bag, it's just a school bag thing, but that doesn't matter. Like, it honestly doesn't. But I had everything I had for my quinceañera in this thing, even my notebook. So I just recommend you to get something to put everything in, so you can fill it in your folder with like business cards, receipts, anything like that. And I find it really important to have like in this planning thing. So yeah. So this is also really important to like actually even start with your planning, okay? You want to come up with your theme, or if not, like the colors that are going to be in your theme. So, oh, this includes the dress. Everything is kind of just based off of the dress, so you want to know like the color of your dress, what dress you're going to even have. So basically, just figure out your whole theme first, and then off of that, you could start planning everything else and saving things, getting more ideas. Yeah, for example, my dress was pink, so I kind of had like all my decorations like a blush pink, and you could also pick a bunch of other colors to go with it. Like, I had mine as like light pink, white, and gray. So you could pick like other colors to go with your main color if you want, or you could just like have it any way you want, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my theme, it was more of like an elegant floral theme, I guess. It was more based off of the color, but most people go off, they go like, you could do like neon, what other themes are there? I know elegant is a very like usual theme. It's very common. So elegant, yeah, it's like more like a, it's more of like a princessy type of day, you know, for you. Okay, so next, I kid you not, this app, it saves lives out there, okay? Okay, so Pinterest. Basically, Pinterest is literally life-saving with planning, okay? So basically on Pinterest, you can kind of just save whatever idea you get from it. Like, they have billions and billions of photos, videos, of ideas, and you can save like as much as you want into one folder, such as dresses, nails, makeup, hair, decor, cake, literally like anything you want, save it into that folder, okay? And you know, like maybe if you are going with your makeup artist, you can kind of like just swipe and like tell her your ideas, because it will all just be there. So I really recommend Pinterest. Pinterest is a really good app. And sorry if I like say Pinterest wrong, like I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, to be honest. I say Pinterest. Yeah. Basically, I recommend Pinterest. Pinterest is a really great app to use when planning your parties. Next, you want to create a budget, okay? And I know how hard and difficult like keeping a budget could be, because you want all this awesome stuff to be in your party, right? But sometimes like you can afford it. If you do, great, awesome. And also really think about your parents, or like who's gonna be paying for this stuff. Like you don't want to go all out and get the most expensive thing just cause, you know? So like you kind of just want to make sure you have enough money for everything, because if not, your party could go really downhill if you don't like keep a budget with you. And you want to make sure you have money for every necessary thing that's gonna go in your party, you know? Yeah. I know for me that was very difficult. I kind of went over my budget. It's really hard to like keep a budget, but I guess that all depends on what you want and what your parents are willing to spend. So yeah, create a budget, because it's really helpful, especially if you don't want to like, you know, go broke. So with all the planning, you also want to make a guest list. So this is really important if you want to reserve your venue. And the guest list could even go in your notebook. Like write everyone down that you want to invite, like this person +5, this person +2. Yeah. A guest list kind of just determines your venue or salon or hall, whatever you want to call it again. But your guest list, like if you want to do RSVPs, do that, because that's also really helpful if you don't want to go like over the limit. And it would also really suck if your venue doesn't hold as much people as you like invited. So yeah, make sure you make a guest list, find the venue that is going to hold that amount of people, and make sure that they update you if they're coming or not, because I know that can be really difficult when planning your quinceañera, because like you want to know if they're coming or not, right? And also just like kind of like make sure that you're updated with them, make sure you know who's coming, who's not. The amount of people also determines on the food, and you know, like the amount of just seats and stuff there is at your party. So make sure that you have your guest list all on hold. I would say that it's best to RSVP people to make sure that like the amount you know is coming is actually coming to your party. So yeah. So with that, you want to figure out how you're gonna invite people, okay? So this could go many ways. You can invite them by message. So like just make a little cute invitation on your phone, edit it and everything, and just send it out to people. Like that's a very easy way, also very cheap, to kind of invite people to your party. And there's also the OG way, okay? You can get actual invitations and mail it out to people. Like get their addresses, and you can do it by person or just like mail it out to them. Like either way goes fine. So if you see back here, here's my little invitation. I guess I'll get that for you. This is my invitation. I guess I'm not gonna show the bottom because that's like important info. Hey guys, so my camera kind of died, so now we're just using my phone. Sorry about the bad quality, but we're just gonna move on. But yeah, you could get any invitation that you would like, make it however you want, whether it's mailed, like given out to, or even if it's on your devices. So once you're kind of all settled in the planning, you're gonna want to find padrinos, chambelanes, damas, whatever you want. Honestly, this is optional. I barely had padrinos because like, I mean, to me personally, it's awkward to ask. So I really recommend padrinos so that they could help you with your expenses and everything. And that's honestly like really nice of them if they offer to help you. So get padrinos because it's definitely worth it if you want to save money and everything. And make sure that you find your damas and chambelanes on time because I know how stressful that could be, especially if you're antisocial like me, okay? But whether it's like friends, family, you know, just like make sure that you ask the right people, that they're responsible. So make sure that you find damas and chambelanes that are actually going to like participate and want to be in your court. Yes, make sure that you find some good chambelanes and damas that will stay loyal to you, that know that your quinceañera is important, okay? It's a big deal, okay? It's not nothing to play around with. So also make sure that they know that. Don't let them drag you down, okay? Because this is your once in a lifetime day and you don't want them to ruin it, okay? And honestly, solo could go so well too. Like, I mean, a court, you know, a court isn't needed. Like, it's not a necessary thing in a quinceañera unless you want it to be, you know? It's kind of like all optional. But you know what? You do you. But if you're gonna get chambelanes and damas, make sure that you get them on time, that they're responsible. So yeah, there was my rant. I'm sorry. So they can either be like a big positive or a big negative. Kind of just depends, you know? Next, gather up your music, girl. But to me personally, it was the hardest thing. Oh my god. Because I know how much your likings with music could probably change. I had to switch up my baile sorpresa so many times. Like, it was kind of crazy. But make sure that you have music in mind. You want to know what kind of dances you're gonna have for your entrance, your vals, your mother/father dance, your baile sorpresa / surprise dance. Like, really, you just want to know what music you're gonna have for all of that, so you could kind of start doing the choreography. You know, so choreography could be really hard. So if you want, you could like do it yourselves. You can find a family member, family friend, or you could just get like a professional choreographer, like whatever you want, girl. But yes, make sure that you have your music on time. You know what you want in your quinceañera. That's gonna make it the special day it is gonna be. Okay, so this might be my last final tip. I would suggest that you do DIYs. Now, DIYs could either go in the negative route or the positive route. I see DIYs as like a fun thing to do with your friends and family. I know I did my DIY with like my shoebox and my crown box, so that was pretty fun, even though like I barely did anything. But I did that with my friends and it was really fun. And doing all your stuff yourself could really help with expenses as well, because I know decor, that could be really expensive. We kind of had both, but most likely we kind of just depended on the decoration lady, and they really did a great job at my quinceañera, like no lie. It was really fancy and I honestly love this so much. But whatever you want to do and what you can afford, do whatever you want, girl. I know DIYs can be really fun to do, and it's also probably a lot cheaper than going with a decorator. For example, my quinceañera was really expensive just because of the decorator, but I mean, it was also worth it because we didn't have to go through all the stress. Okay, so I think that was about it, but I do want to give a tip or like advice. Try to find good deals, okay? If you have like a family friend that knows a DJ, for example, or like a photographer, anything like that they're willing to help you for a cheaper price, go with that, girl, because that could honestly save your life in expenses. But honestly, like, go cheap and find deals, because that could really help a lot with like your budgeting, your expenses, and that could also save a lot of money for like other stuff, for college, cars. You can even like get extras for your quinceañera. Like, I had a photo booth, for example. Like, that's a pretty cool extra. So if you want extra money for like bigger things, save that money, get the good deals, because I kid you not, it is so worth it, okay? Planning a party is not cheap at all, so make sure that you find as many deals as you can during all this planning. And I promise you that will help a lot. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found good use in this video, because I mean, I know that there's like a bunch of videos that are similar to this one, but this was my own version. I kind of like thought about these ideas myself, and trust me, I've been where you are, like trying to find a good planning process, and it's really hard. So if you have any more questions, leave it down below, or if you have any more video ideas that I could do, I would totally like do it for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this helped you, leave a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate knowing that this video has helped you in a way with your planning. I'm sorry if it hasn't. But yeah, let me know. I think that's about it. So subscribe if you have not. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.